I know some people think that I'm not a Sony fan or whatever because I prefer Xbox, and I went back to Xbox, so he must be he must hate PlayStation again. No, no, I love PlayStation. I play a PlayStation. I think PlayStation 5 is amazing. I buy games for it. I'm excited. I mean, this year might be the best year to be a PlayStation owner ever. If you think about it, think about the games that are coming out. God of War Ragnarok. Obviously, you're going to have stuff like um, Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, Forspoken, Sifu. There's going to be so many great games that come out. I just think it's going to be a great time to be a gamer. And I give credit where it's due. And this is exactly how Sony makes the industry better. And I think even Microsoft could learn a little something from this, because I feel like what Sony is able to accomplish with their developers and kind of put this onus on other people, I think this is fantastic. It's going to be a video you don't want to miss. I'm sure a lot of people are going to agree with what I have to say, so stick around. It's going to be great. Hey there everyone, I'm the Crapgamer, and of course this is Crapgamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice some changes around here, but hopefully that doesn't stop you from at least giving us a like and possibly maybe even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. Happy New Year. Hopefully you guys are all having a great New Year so far, and it really is important that you guys just be amazing people, rock out, just be great people and be kind to one another, because you never know what somebody else is going through. I don't mean to sound cliche or anything like that, but honestly, life is too short for any of that other nonsense. So the PlayStation 5 has obviously taken the world by storm. Sony has always done a fantastic job of making sure that their consoles have the really great developers to push it. Even third-party developers push their console like no other. Sony is well known for their ability to make great looking games, and I even said this, and I stick by this, just because, like I said, I prefer Xbox, and I feel more at home there, doesn't mean that I am going to just slag off Sony for what they've been able to do and what they've been able to accomplish, right? So even on a base PS4, something like God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn looks amazing on a 1.8 teraflop machine, look better than pretty much almost anything, even on Microsoft's 6 teraflop Xbox One X. So that just goes to show how great things are over there, and how they have everything kind of in control and under, kind of in this place where they know what they're doing. And now we have even a better idea. Like, listen, I'm not a Souls fan, but what's interesting is when the developer for Elden Ring says that the graphics team felt extra pressure due to Demon Souls on PS5, that tells you all you need to know, to be honest with you. So, yeah, very interesting. Elden Ring director Mr. Miyazaki has said that Sony's PlayStation 5 remake of Demon Souls has put his team under extra pressure to improve the graphical fidelity of his upcoming game. Bluepoint's PS5 launch title was one of the highest rated games of 2020 and received widespread praise, in particular for its visuals, which many perceive to set the bar for new-gen console games. Speaking in the latest issue of Edge magazine, which is on sale now, the From Software designer revealed that he's not played Sony and Bluepoint's remake of his 2009 title, but he suggested that its impact has been felt by Elden Ring's development team. He said, and I quote, "Yes, I'm pretty sure our graphics creation staff felt that pressure more than anyone else." When asked if the graphical fidelity team of Demon Souls created extra pressure on his team, he said, "And not just with Elden Ring, but with all games we make, graphical fidelity is not something we put as a top priority. What we ask for on the graphics side depends on the systems and requirements of the game itself, and it takes less priority compared to the other elements of development." He also added, "So this is always an area where I feel a little bit apologetic towards my graphics team, because I know they work extremely hard, and they've worked extremely hard on Elden Ring. Our graphics systems teams and our programmers have been pushing a lot of new features to create the best looking games we've ever made." He went on to explain that he'd not played the PlayStation 5 version of Demon Souls because he does not like revisiting his own creations. He says, "As you say, I was not directly involved in it, and I haven't actually played the Demon Souls remake, but this is because I just don't enjoy playing the games that I've made in the past. It brings up a lot of old emotions, a lot of old memories, and this gets a little bit overwhelming, and it doesn't feel like playing anymore. So I've not played the Demon Souls remakes, but I am very glad to see it get a fresh look, these brand new current gen graphics." It was an old game, so to see it remade in this way and have new players playing it was obviously something that made me very happy. It was a rough game back in the day, with relatively rough development, so I was anxious that new players would not enjoy it in the same way. That was a cause of concern for me when it was re-released, but in the end, I'm just happy to see the reaction and happy to see people enjoying it. He also added, one thing that really was fun seeing Bluepoint Games come up with things that we didn't consider, and their approach to certain elements of the game in visuals and its mechanics in a way that we either couldn't or we didn't think about back in the day. So to see it seem researching and applying these new thought processes and new techniques, this was something that was really exciting and interesting for me personally. So again, basically Sony has really changed gaming, right? Like, it's so much so that they put a little bit of a more pressure on this development team to go out there and actually do something and make a better looking game. And I think that that's something that everybody should be thankful for. Yes, I get it that graphics are not the most important thing. I don't think graphics are the most important thing, but I think that you still, when you have these new consoles and you play a new game, you want there to be really good graphics involved. And I think that's something that all of us kind of look at and go, hey, that's something that we could definitely use and would love to see, some great looking graphics. And I think that that's the point that kind of changes everything for everybody and for a lot of people, is that, hey, while graphics aren't the most important thing, it is important to see these things and to have them kind of come out to a place and a point in time where they can look absolutely incredible. And I think that's where I'm at personally. Like, I love seeing great graphics, and I'm not a Demon's Souls fan, but I did think that the game looked absolutely fantastic, and it might be still the best looking game this new generation so far. I mean, for me, not having actually played it, I think it would be hard for me to state categorically as a fact, but I think Ratchet & Clank definitely looks good. Forza Horizon 5 definitely looks good. There's a ton of games that look good, but I think that it really kind of comes down to, it could be personal preference or what somebody else thinks aside from me, you know what I mean? So I do think that, gamers everywhere are going to feel differently and strongly about certain aspects of this stuff, but, it really kind of just comes down to where we are as fans, and I still think that, this is a cool thing. And I have to admit, like, even if you're not a PlayStation fan, it's cool to see that something that PlayStation did with their first-party studio is really out there pushing boundaries for third-party games even, right? Like, people see these graphics coming out on these PlayStation games and they're like, whoa, we better go and like up our game a little bit. And I think that is phenomenal. That is something that I think not enough people are talking about. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what changes, what happens in the future. It should be an exciting time for everybody, and we'll just see what happens. It's like I said, it is going to be fun to see what happens in the future, and when we see these consoles actually get pushed the way that they can be pushed, I think graphics are just going to be tremendous looking, and that's what I'm most excited for, when we get the graphics that match the gameplay that we're getting. I can't wait. I'm going to link this. You guys can check it out. What do you guys think about this? Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Would you like to see Microsoft take more of a kind of a graphics approach, or are you guys happy with what they're doing? Let me know. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crapgamer 'em up. Crapgamer out.